Semutare Steriatare Sude Kurisha. Oh, hi everyone. I am Tara, and I would like to welcome you all back to my channel on YouTube, Spirit to Spirit Teaches Going Itself, on TikTok 1974 Light Soul, and I'm also live on my Facebook. Today I'm talking about why I don't go to church. I really found out today, okay, because last week I went to church. The pastor stood right up at his podium and he said about prayer and meditation, of what he's teaching. Right? So prayer and meditation, I said last week that I offered services for free to teach people how to meditate. Okay, so before I went to church today, wow, holy snap. I looked up, okay, I don't read from the Bible, but I have the Bible here too, because I'm going to make reference to something there. Okay, now I know why people have such a hard time with Christians, Baptists, what have you. Okay, if you're of any religion, all the power to you. I'm more of a spiritualist. Everything. It's not to throw shame at it. It's the way they teach. Okay? Because last week he said about meditation and what have you. And today I was talking to him. He said, oh, you believe he says about meditation, but he don't want to bring it into his church. Oh, like, no. So he asked if I was going to stay for their little potluck. But what I actually did was basically not verbally told them to go fuck themselves, but I basically told them that I guess this church is not for me. And I will not break bread with people like that. In the Bible study tools, there's 20 verses, Genesis 24, 63. He went out to the field one evening to meditate. And as he looked up, he saw camels approaching. Isaiah 26:3. You keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts me. When I sat in that church today, I felt emptiness. I felt a lacking of hope. It was just nothing. Because Christ is the heart. Am I frustrated and pissed? You're damn straight I am. Because they say that they invite people. No, you don't. When I said about the 7 seals represent the 7 chakras, and I said about the Bible, oh no, it's not. He said, and when I went to read it, he was very ignorant. So that's when I just turned to him and I said, well, your church is not for me. Right here, Revelations chapter 5. The Lamb opens the scroll. The scroll is you. You are your story. And if people don't like what I'm saying, well, I guess you don't know what the real message is. Because it's all within yourself. They stood up there today, and all they preached about was how people were killing each other. Do I got attitude? You're fucking right, I do. Do I got heart? You're damn straight, and you don't know the fucking meaning of it. Then I saw a scroll, which is you. In the right hand of the one, the truth. In the right hand of one who is sitting on the throne. You are that part of Christ. Whether, your religion wants to say it or not. I'm not throwing shade on your religion. I'm saying, like, it's time to see the truth of what the message was. You don't need to go to a place like it's right across the road from you. You don't need to go to a place like that. You're going to find it here. And the meditation is what brings it. The meditation is what aligns the chakras right here. Right up on that board. The temple is the body. You know, didn't Christ say, take a piece of the bread and have a drink? The bread is the body. The drink is the wine, the waters of the body. There was writing on the inside and the outside of the scroll. The writing on the inside of you and on the exterior. Don't believe me? You know, well, each to their own, right? And they want you to believe what they have to say, but they don't want to be open to what it was actually really saying. But they'll collect money. That's not how to help people. The way to helping people is helping people to learn how to go within themselves, meditate, sit with themselves, meditate with God, with source, with spirit. And I saw a strong angel who shouted with a loud voice, who is worthy to break the seals on this scroll and open it. Okay? It says in there about that no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll and read it. It's because they don't teach you how. It's about going inward. They lost my respect. Now I know why my ex-husband said that he sees him, this person, to be a phony. Because you stand up there and you say about meditation, but you don't want somebody to come in your church and teach your people how to do meditation? Why? Because it keeps them coming back for more about, oh, this culture, these people killed this, these people killed that. All it was a bunch of reading out of a book. And, you know, people can say, well, you got a problem, lady. You're fucking right about that. And the problem is the way that it's being brought about, the way it's being taught. You're saying that this is the way, but you won't teach the way. You won't teach the way to people how to find God within themselves, how to connect with God directly without going and hearing people saying about this, these people killed these people, and this people, and these people are sinners, and this and that. I sat in that church and I just wanted to cry because the hearts were closed. People were just sitting there. Seriously, I'm, I do a lot of going inward all the time. I do it when I feel like I'm going to judge someone. It's that part, you know. Do you hear what you fucking preach? Do you understand what you preach? Are you not realizing that he's talking about self, your body, your heart, your spirit, your soul? No, I'll say it. No wonder people stopped going to church, especially this one over here, because I found out from people that people used to go to church here until new people took over. I don't blame the church. I blame because church is supposed to be. It's about community teaching others how to come up out of the depths of out of those pits of sorrow and pain, not keep people in it, by keeping people talking about the fighting, fighting, and the 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 fighting. It just keeps fighting, keeps you divided, keeps you hating one religion over the other. The death and the rebirth. The death of the death of the stigmata. We need church. We need places where they actually teach. If you're up there preaching, practice what you preach, dude. You don't get pastor from me because you ain't no pastor. You're a phony. I was sitting in there and I could feel a spirit through me. The spirit was not happy with it. You sit there and you just read out of a book, share your experience. How did you find God? How did you find your heart? People want to cut me off because you weren't like this before. Yeah, I was. I just didn't voice it because you know the ones that preach it. God forbid you voice it, but it's not God who forbids you from voicing it. It's hypocrites that forbid you from voicing it. Because if you voice it, then you no longer really need it. Because you go to the true source. You go to the truth of it all. So if Christians don't like me, well, oh well. If any religion don't like me, oh well. Because Jesus wasn't of a religion, whether you people want to think it or not. They didn't care what that or what religion. The heart. The heart is what's going to lead you home. You say the Bible is how you interpret it. They do. You're saying about him coming back. Well, he comes back. They come back through you. God comes through you. So as you're waiting for somebody else to come save you, you're holding yourself back because you're not seeing that Savior is within you. Who's going to stand up for you? You. Because you can learn to stand up for each other. It's not about punching somebody in the head or kicking the shit out of somebody. People may say you're coming on here and shaming them. No, I'm just saying if the shoe fits, wear it. Because you stood up there last week and you preached about prayer and meditation going together. You don't want to bring the teachings of meditation into your church. Would you expect me to break bread with you? Now I know why there's only about 12, 13 people that go to the church. And then they sit there. And like I said, I feel energy. I felt, dude, after my who didn't like what I had to say this morning before I went to church. You like your music, don't you? But do they know what you're getting from them? You don't want to. You just want to stand out there and have somebody call you pastor, but you're not a pastor. You might have went to school to read a book and pick certain things out of the book that freaking, you know, because all I ever heard anytime I went to the church over here, there's one church I went to. They didn't mind. There's things in the Bible that I agree with, things I don't agree with. I don't agree with teaching and fighting because that's all they pick out of the Bible. Just point fingers, point fingers, point fingers. Put your fucking finger down before I fucking break it for you. Always wanted to go to church because church to me represented community, togetherness, helping one another, but they don't help you. Not the one that I've gone to. Very patronizing. I stand there and I bring spirit right to you through me, and you deny it. Others like me bring spirit to you, and you deny it because it's not your teachings. You stood up there today and preached about Enchanted. You preached about going inward. But you do not practice what you preach. Dice que la tu cree muito. Dice que tu puedes ser muito. See, I understand, and I'm very grateful and appreciative of my ancestors. Because if it weren't my ancestors, for my ancestors for spirit, I wouldn't have found myself. I wouldn't have found that part of spirit. I wouldn't have found love for myself and seen past other people's masks and facades. I just wanted to stand up in that church and just preach it the way it should be. Finding the heart within yourself so that you can look past everybody's hard masks because of what they've learned or what they experienced. They say they know not what they do. But they say bullshit. I had people around here where I'm at tell me that people, the pastors at that church are really good to learn. That's why people don't go there. I had somebody tell me that the light has no hope. And they said that somebody needs to get through to them. The female pastor over there, she says about what she said about Reiki. How the fuck do people think you get to the Reiki? Dice que no I'm not here to teach about fucking violence and whose religion killed who because of the name of God and oh well one God, what have you. If God is everything and everyone, then there's more than one fucking God. Because God is everything. It's the spirit. It's the connection. It's feeling one another's hearts. Feeling intention. And he has a children. Because I felt like just the way he looked at me and the way he talked to me, I'm serious. To my ex-husband. And this is everything here is a spirit to spirit. So I guess if you're taking offense to it or you're resonating with it, that's your spirit. In the church, a pastor of the church will sit up there and say that prayer and meditation go hand in hand and will not bring meditation into the church. You are a fool. And I will call it how I see it. Is that for a shade? No. It's saying you're a hypocrite. Was I polite when I left that church? No, I was not. Do I think that they threw shade on me? Did they threw shade on me when I left? Yes. I don't think that I will. Sympathy is me, people like myself. You'll find a way and we will move you aside. Because you stand up there and you talk about the devil. The true evil is keeping people from divinity, from their heart, from their true essence. See, learning about God is about going to school and university. But to find the truth of it, whether you're an atheist or not, it's that part of finding you. People say, home. Home is where the heart is, but where is the home? If the home is where the heart is, then the heart resides in you, so you are the home. See, peace comes from within, and then when you have peace within, that's when you find peace with others. It's people like this that preach about all the negative shit in life. Because, like I said, when I was in there today, oh my gosh, I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel happiness like what you should be feeling when you experience church. Enlightenment. And I didn't see or feel any enlightenment in there whatsoever. But I mean, the pastor over there is just as fake as my husband is. That's what I say. Like, is that your spirit? Pissed off because I called you out this morning. Later today, I'll be coming on and talking about money. But I come on now because that really, it was like you're hip. I like didn't even want to see the verse in the Bible, but you want to stand up there and preach about the Bible. Seriously, I don't want you to be my teacher. I will go and learn from the heart of what was actually being taught about mind. Want Christ, Jesus, Yeshua will have to show up. Why are you looking out there? When he says no one gets to the Father but through me, it's the Son. When you look at your God, you have the heaven and you have the earth. The crown chakra, the root chakra, and the heart is the center. The heart is the sun. The sun. It's the warming of the entirety of yourself and the universe. It's what experiences love. It experiences hate. But a lot of the hate comes from what you see and observe because you see injustice. This is what I call injustice. And they talked about that today. God's justice. Seriously, you want to say about prayer and meditation, but you don't want to teach. You don't want to teach how to pray. You don't want to teach meditation. You want to do this. Pass it around, put your money in it. Yeah. How much of that money is really going to the people? And how much of it is going to a fucking big corporation? Well, you don't call it a corporation because they don't pay no taxes and billions of dollars. So they're sitting up there with their big crowns and glorify me, glorify me. I'm the way to God. No, you're not the way to God. This is the way. You are the way. Through the heart. And I don't, like I said, I don't care if you like me or don't like me. If you don't like me, the only reason why you don't like me is because I'm challenging you. Yes, I they're the same people that told me I needed a psychiatric unit. And you're supposed to be of God. You're supposed to be of spirituality to help people find their way to God. And you tell them you need to go to see you need a psychiatric unit. Seriously, you sound like somebody who wants to fucking ridicule people, who wants to shame people and make people feel like there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them at all. It's what you're doing with your people. You know, people might like people that I say, oh well, everybody else is like that. But you're how they feel and think about it. But then there's people that just don't say shit if they have a mouthful for fear of ridicule, for fear of, who crucify you. Seriously. It's like Hindu. They say that's new religion, new age. It ain't fucking new age at all. It's been around way before any other religion ever came about. It just wasn't called that. It's called coming into oneness, being connected with everything in it. That's why you experience different things. But what do I know? I didn't go to university, and I didn't go to university to learn how to read a fucking book or pick chapters out of a book. If people want to say I'm throwing shame on them or shade on them, why the fuck would I carry that or have that? Because they'll say it like everybody says, "Oh, God's your savior, or what have you." But did you save him? I just watched a movie last night, The Son of God. Hey, it showed that Judas took the bribe, it took the money to turn Jesus in, but Judas threw it back at them. Didn't want the money because he realized what he did was wrong. But we had the spirit of Judas tell me whether people want to believe it or not. He took the bribe, but then it was too late to do that. See, in all honesty, he was no worse than anybody else. He regretted what he did. But how many people stood up? Like the Quran says one thing, and King James says another, and the Torah says another. I don't read the books because the book is not what's going to get me to the Christ consciousness, to knowing Christ. People don't get what I bring forward. Well, I guess one day you will understand. I already have like people that are my own family, and they look at me sideways because they struggle to believe in God because of what happens in the world. See, that has nothing to do with God. Although people may think it does. How could God let this happen? It's not about God letting it happen. It's about Shiva. Because as long as we are looking out there, we're forgetting where it truly is, and it's in here. The embodiment. He tells you to eat the bread, he tells you to drink the wine, which, like I said, the bread represents the body, the wine represents the blood, which the blood is more of the water. We're too busy looking at different forms of religion and saying that religion's wrong, that religion's wrong, that one, this one, and they're fighting this, and they're fighting that. But you're not realizing that it's a system. as long as they can keep you funny, fighting, then, you're always on your toes and you can't sit with yourself. You can't sit with God. You can't hear yourself. You can't hear God because you don't hear God. We look to others to help us heal. Jesus, he'd feel physical things, but could heal your heart and your mind from all your traumas and your experiences only by conversation, only by teaching you how to see yourself. See, I make lots of times as a raging lunatic or a psychotic bitch, as people might say, just delusional. They'll say people are hypocrites because they will preach them that they do not practice. I'm inward all the time. I'm alone the biggest majority of the time. Do I feel and experience other people that go around with me? And I will talk to them and explain to them who I feel that if I feel that they're open to hearing me, or if they need to hear me. Am I connected intuitively, telepathically, clairvoyance? I am, but there's always room for improvement. See, I can feel that because certain people, certain spirits, not people, because it's spirits, and it's different versions of your spirit and mine. That's why I say, you go somewhere, you feel like you don't like somebody. Well, it's not that you don't like them, it's those spirits that are connected with you and that person that recognize one another. And it's spirit asking for your help. Two people are just too busy fighting. And so I'm just standing up on a podium and saying about what this religion did and how these people murdered and killed these people. It happens because you keep fucking doing it. I could just imagine had I said to him about a woman, about Mary Magdalene, when they're the ones that said that she was a prostitute. What? Running on man's law, are you? Take your man's law and shove it up your fucking ass and learn universal. I have no respect for a man's law when, like, they write, wife shall submit to thy husband. I ain't submitting to nobody that treats me with disrespect. Feel for your wife or your partner because it's not man nor woman, it's masculine and. I asked my I asked my ex-husband this morning why he does this. You know, a lot of people who like enlighten the channel connected form of meditation that he'll holler at. Seriously, man. Why do something you like? You're doing something that you don't know why you're fucking doing it. Just feels good, right? Or it feels right. Did you ever see Elon Musk do it? You know, a lot of them do it. And I said that, they know this stuff. They fucking talk about it. But certain individuals will treat you the way that pastor, very dismissive, will stand up and preach about prayer and meditation, but will not teach you how to pray, will not teach you meditation, and will not realize that the seven seals represent the seven chakras of the church. You are that temple, you are that church. I said, I'm willing to offer meditation. It's knowing that I can feel and experience you and your energy and your feelings. And you can deny that I'm doing it all you want, but you know that I am in heritage. And that's why people struggle with having you around. And I know that. Nobody likes somebody who keeps them seeing their own pain because they, like somebody sees it. I'm not trying to make you feel it. I'm trying to help you heal from it. The female pastor said about Reiki. You know, Reiki comes when your chakras align. She asked me if I do Reiki. I'm constantly doing it. Whether somebody's there with me or not. I'm constantly moving. So if it means that I'm alone, I guess that's my spirit. Wants the people they say about me being an ass who are bitches. You know, you created me. You're gonna, it's that part of, when you treat somebody like a piece of shit and then they finally realize they're being treated like a piece of shit and they come up fucking fighting. They say it's the lion. Oh, gotta suppress the lion. Can't have the lion speaking up. People don't mind going and watching what's going on in politics. And people try telling you feelings or expressing your feelings. Shut it down. Gotta shut it down. Push it back down. Push it back down. Don't let the hope rise up out of Pandora's box. Watch me now, because hope will rip your whole fucking one on the way if you resist. When you resist, because it hurts. You never want to look at it. My whole, when I was sitting in there, my heart was hot. I could feel the fire. And right now I'm feeling the fire. Bring it. Be sick of it. Be sick of it. I didn't learn this stuff. Spirit chant, it comes from me all the time. It's spirit brings things forward to each of us, whether it feels like it's a good thing or whether it feels like it's a bad thing to others. Because people that don't want to feel pain, but they're feeling it all the time and they're taking it out on everybody else because they don't want to deal with it or work through it. Because I say work through it. Because my ex-husband will say, oh, well, they need to get over it. Yeah? Hey, dude, I guess you really need to fucking get over it too. That is that spirit. Why do you think my channel is called Spirit? So, if you take offense to what I bring forward, then I guess that's not part of your spirit. And it's not being disrespectful either. I'm not the one trying to shut. I love people. Doesn't mean I like their personality. They're treating other people like a piece of shit. And people want to think that I'm talking to people like they're a piece of shit. No, I'm saying they're not a piece of shit. So, like, stop acting like the pastor talks like that. By denying spirit, by denying God, by denying teachings. Seriously. You want to stand, like I said, you want to stand up there and you want to preach it, but you don't want to teach it. And you don't want anybody else to teach it. You know, last week I was told, oh, well, you're more than welcome to like come to our church. It's like, I don't need your fucking permission to go to your church. You say it's the house of the Lord, it's the house of God, but yet you say, you tell me I'm more than welcome. I don't need your fucking permission. It's not having someone's permission to go to any church. If you're at church, it doesn't matter. People look at others like myself. That's blasphemy. No, the blasphemy is standing up there and preaching and being a hypocrite about it. That's blasphemy. bring things forward. They say that's blasphemy. So anything that is true or works for people and helps people heal is blasphemy, right? It's blasphemy. You need to come through us. You need to pass around the pot. What? Don't show no passion. Don't show no love. Don't show that you care about people and you want to help people. Just stand up there and pretend you do. I'll be honest, I feel for those people over the church because I know that I could help them because I don't see them as a source of money. I see those people. I see their hearts crying out because not one of them really have a whole lot of smiles on the face. And just like, let me say, there's one or two that I actually see have smiles, but the rest I felt sadness. My spirit, my spirit wanted to run out of there because it hurt that much. I just wanted to get up and walk out. Not because I don't believe in this, but it's a part of, are you not, like, are you still teaching me? Why are you not teaching healing? What the true teachings were supposed to be about. But instead, they tore all that down and made rankings. Everybody has different abilities, everybody has different strengths. And it's about showing each other their strengths instead of picking on people's weaknesses. Because you're good. Part of me, like I felt part of my spirit that just, it's not disrespectful. I just want to just like just throw the Bible at them. I was actually looking forward to sitting down and having food and just talking with the people. You are a hypocrite, man. Or should I say boy? Because that's what you behave like. If people are not coming to you and saying, "Oh, here, let me take your energy. Let me take your energy. Let me take your pain and I'll pray for you." But yet you don't even feel like you have any feeling, no passion, no connection, just a monologue. This is a spirit to spirit, so people's gonna take this however they take it. You get offended, well, I guess your spirit got offended because it hurt. See, going to somebody else to interpret a Bible for you or a book, you're not gonna get your answers. You're gonna get how they interpret it and how they were taught to. The seven seals are the seven chakras. Seven trumpets, the seven stars. You know, propaganda, the way they're aligned. I took stars and galaxies in university, and I ended up stopping because I wasn't looking at it as gases and everything like that. I was looking at it as a human body. Celestial, celestial being. And I can feel that. Would you like some help? Yes, she is experiencing it. And I don't care what people think I look like. Tell it to spirit. We're all that aspect of God. Right? Called empaths. Forms of empaths. Iokia. Yeshua, Jesus, however you perceive him to be. Experience everything. Could I tell you your name? No, but I can tell you your heart. Even if you deny me that I'm telling you the truth or not. Because sometimes you're not even aware of what you're feeling. And I go to that, I go deep down. It's that part of going deep down into the depths of someone's hell to reach out that hand. It's good. I have mother, son, and the heart of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is really connected to the soul of the Spirit. The mother, the father, the children. matter what religion, just remember every time you point your finger, you're also pointing at yourself. So there's at least 20 verses in the Bible that talks about meditation. And then in Revelations, it says about the seven seals. You know, each time you break that seal, you're coming up and aligning the chakras. To the one at the church across the road. I don't care if you get up there. For one, I don't believe for a minute that you can do anything you say. Because your energy, your body language, your heart, the whole embodiment of you says otherwise. Because if you really wanted to do Jesus' work, Yeshua's work, God's work, however you want to say it, then you would teach how to pray. You would teach prayer and you would teach meditation. I will find another place. And I feel for this community. And I feel for the people that come listen to you. Dice que la propiedad de belleza es su hermano. Y su gracia es la carne y incluimos por él. Don't overlook life's small joys while searching for big ones. Yes, I do I do see the small joys because I got out one of my purses today, and at the bottom of it, I found a quarter. I took the quarter out and I said, "Oh, I'm rich," because at least then with that quarter, I could call someone who cares. I always say that. Here's a quarter. Call someone who cares. Well, I don't have to use the quarter because all I have to do is call it the spirit, and I know the spirit cares. Everything is open to interpretation. It's not how I perceive things or how Nancy Drew or Bob, Susie, Steve down the road perceives it. It's how does your heart perceive it? Come out of here, feel here. You're going to create because you're going to come together and you're going to see and work with both parts of yourself. You know, they call it, they say God and the devil. You have the two angels on your shoulders. You have those shadow versions of yourself that you don't want to look at because it's taboo or because they tell you that you're a sinner. You're sinners and your sins are systems integrated into society that tell you how you have to be and keeps you from being who you are meant to be. And if you want to do that, because I know when others, spirits, want to try to cut me off, try to strangle me, you're only strangling yourself. Because if that part hurt me, you're only hurting yourself. Throw disdain at me, I'm not going to throw it back. I'm not going to throw your attacks at you. Reason being because you had your own shit. But it's the part of, are you going to work through it? Or are you still going to remain angry and take it out on the people that don't deserve to have it taken out? But everything is interpretation, how you perceive it. But if you keep looking at the same thing over and over again, and you look at the same thing over and over again, keep doing the same thing over and over again, but you want change, but you don't want to make that move to make that change to leap of faith. Everybody says, well, there's only one opinion. Is there really? Try it. You want people to believe your way, but you don't want to even remotely try to understand their way. But you want unity and you want things to come together. Right? We hold ourselves back. People may get in the way. There's always a way around it. And one of the first things is being able to speak up for yourself. Because that inner child is screaming, and you can hurt everybody. You can try to strangle them. I feel that. It's people can say you're psychotic. Blame it on my ADD. ADD represents dad. And I'm not talking about my human dad either. That being said, send you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. Wish all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be yourself, be your authentic self, be true to yourself, be true to others. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And know that you have more strength than you can comprehend at times. You are that spirit. You are that consciousness. You are that person sitting across the table from you. Sending you all love.